Americans are waiting for life-saving kidney transplants, a list that is one name shorter, as you're about to hear. It's a tale of two men, friends who share an incredible bond, and now something much more. We should add this story is close to our hearts because one of the men is an anchor with our wonderful ABC station in Los Angeles. It is often said that in the tough times, we learn the meaning of a true friend, those willing to stick with us during our worst hours. Dale Davis found such a friend in Philip Palmer.
There's no one else I'd rather, be going through this little, adventure with than Philip.
The little adventure is a kidney transplant. It was last summer when 39-year-old Dale Davis was diagnosed with a rare kidney disease. After spending months on dialysis, doctors told Davis there was only one thing that would save his life.
They said, right away, transplant. There was no, that's your only option. That's what you've got to do.
Immediately, his friends sprung into action, offering to get tested, hoping to be a match. But there was one man who instinctively knew he would be the one.
I told him it's going to be me. And he's like, he said, we're not even the same blood type. And I said, it's going to be me.
There's some good news.
Philip Palmer and Dale Davis met in 1998 when Palmer arrived at KABC in Los Angeles as a weekend anchor and reporter. Davis was working as an editor. The two became running buddies.
He's been there for me when I've had some hard times. He's my buddy and he's my friend. And I couldn't let him die without a kidney and me live with two.
So when tests showed he was the best match, Palmer did not hesitate.
I don't like that catheter stuck in his chest. I just wanted him to get well.
Both men spent over a week going through pre-op tests.
The things I do for Dale.
Until the big day finally arrived.
It's a good day to have kidney surgery. It is.
Philip was taken to the operating room first. Then it was Dale's turn. Each surgery took over 2 hours. Doctors say Philip's kidney started working perfectly as soon as they transplanted it into Dale's body.
Dale's condition at this point is excellent. As long as he follows the recommendations of his doctors and takes his medications, he will live a normal life.
Both men are now out of the ICU and recovering well.
I can't bend over.
Friends now forever bonded by the gift of life.
It ain't a sacrifice. It's not a sacrifice. It's a dream come true.
Dream come true. And joining us live from St. Vincent Medical Center in Los Angeles, KABC TV morning anchor Philip Palmer. Philip, it is so good to see you, and it's amazing for us to think that on Wednesday you go through this surgery, and here you are this morning. How are you feeling, my friend?
I'm actually feeling pretty good, Robin. Thanks for having us. It's just an amazing experience that that we've gone through, and yeah, you're right. Wednesday we had the surgery, and Friday I'm probably going to be out of the hospital and getting to go home. And Dale's bouncing off the walls in his room. He says he feels great. He said he's ready to run a marathon.
Oh, I know you guys are running buddies, and we see you here when you were able to see him for the first time. You couldn't bend over. You had a good excuse for not being able to bend over and greet him, but it was very important for you all to be in side-by-side rooms like that there in the hospital.
Yeah, at St. Vincent, one of the things that they do here is they like to have the donor and the recipient get a chance to see each other after the procedure. And for Dale and for me both, both of us were just anxious to see the other and just to make sure that, he was okay. His big concern through the whole process was that I would be okay. My big concern was that I wanted to make sure the kidney worked for him. And so when I got to see him, it was a little overwhelming.
Philip, by your own admission, you guys before this, you were good friends. Not best friends, but good friends. And so that makes people ask even more, why did you do this? Why did you want to do this and help out?
Well, this is something I've thought about for a long time. And, Dale is one of my closest friends. He's one of those guys that, you talk to once a month, but it feels like you talk to him every day. He's a great guy, and one of the things that, through all of this, I've wanted to make sure that people understand is this is something I've thought about for a long time. I never would have wanted my friend to get sick, but I've just wanted people to understand that it's doable, and the procedure is You know, they say minimally invasive, and I have to agree with that. I mean, I'm able to move around pretty well. I mean, it's still big surgery. I'd never tell somebody, hey, go out and do this. But, you know, you mentioned in your piece, there's 73,000 people that still need a transplant.
Yeah.
And it breaks your heart when right down the hall, you know, from where Dale and I are celebrating so much, there's a 21-year-old woman that still needs a kidney. And I sit here and I just want to be not so much an example to anybody, but just to let people know that you can do it and still have a normal, healthy, happy life.
Well, you are an example for so many, and I was really touched by, in your piece, I know you're a spiritual person, and you said you knew at some point, you didn't know it was going to be Dale, but you knew that you would be doing this for someone. You just felt it in your soul?
Yeah, I'd prayed about it for a long time. My prayer was just that God wouldn't let me forget about it. If, you know, if this is something that I needed to do. Long ago when Alonzo Mourning needed his kidney, that's when it first popped into my head, when his brother did that. And then to see Alonzo Mourning play basketball every single time he plays basketball, I think that that's just such an amazing example to people out there that medicine has come so far that there's really just, it's just, people, we should just all get past the fear and the unknown of this procedure and go forward if it's something that's on your heart. And it was on my heart for so long, and I prayed about it for so long that once it came available, you know, I was ready to help Dale, and thankfully he was ready to take the gift.
Yes, he was there to receive and you were there to give. Philip, thank you so much. Get a few days off from KABC. Tell them we told them to give you some time off. We thank you.
Without them, we couldn't have done it. The bosses let me have some time off.
All right, well, you take care and give them our best. And we do have a fantastic station in KABC in Los Angeles, and we help them from helping us bring this story to you. We'll be right back.